We believe design is a process to innovate and create with people. This means the respect for an inclusive process for research and ideation to truly understand the general population as well as the underserved populations. Design thinking is a core design process that we introduce in our classes. We focus on the iterative nature of design thinking, which gives designers the freedom to iterate between emphasize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. The important lesson we want our students to understand is the creative confidence coming from research and testing. This human-centered approach to innovation really helps young designers to move away from the design hero mentality and begin to respect the users and becoming more inclusive in the creative process. One of the most important foundations for human-centered design is empathy, which means building empathy by learning and understanding target users' value and seeing the world through their eyes. The three key steps in this stage are: observe, view users and their behavior in the context of their lives; engage, interact and interview users through both scheduled and short intercept encounters; immerse, wear your users' shoes, experience what they experience for a mile or two.
Here is a process photo of an empathy interview. During the interview, listening and understanding are the most important tasks. This is an example of an interview summary, which includes assumptions and key interview questions. Heuristic evaluation is another critical step in the creative process for digital product design because it helps designers establish a fundamental understanding of the strengths and weaknesses of current solutions. Knowing the competitive landscape is another important step in the research process.
These initial research findings become the foundation of the define stage, during which the designers unpack their learnings into needs and insights, as well as scope out meaningful challenges. Point of view is more than just defining the problem. It is a unique design vision based on the insights gathered during the research process.
Affinity mapping is an excellent technique used to find patterns and establish a grouping of research findings. Here is an affinity mapping exercise from our User Experience Design Certificate program. Affinity Map groups insights from research into categories. It helps designers to define their design visions. Persona is another essential design artifact. A user persona is an archetype or character that represents a current and potential user. In inclusive design, personas help the design team target their design around users. Here is an example of a simple persona created for a travel app. In order to get a deeper understanding of the persona, an empathy map is a commonly used technique to break down what a typical user says, does, thinks, and feels. A journey map is another mapping technique in inclusive design because it helps the design team to understand the challenges and opportunities at different points of a user journey. MVP, minimum viable product. It is a method during which the design team narrowing down the scope of the project. It helps to focus on the most important functionalities that will provide immediate value to the target users.
Ideate is the stage during which the design team can generate a lot of radical design alternatives. It is the process of pushing the design team to explore a wide solution space.
This is a photo from an ideation session from our dynamic branding class. The ideation process requires a lot of open communication and willingness to step outside of personal comfort zones.
Prototype gets ideas out of designers' head and into the world. There are many different ways and levels of prototyping. It could be a physical object or a wall of post-its. Especially in the early stages, it is important to keep the fidelity low so the design team can learn quickly and inexpensively. The most important thing for prototyping is to treat it as a part of the learning process rather than treating it as a solution. What the design team learns from the prototyping drives deeper empathy and inclusiveness that shape the final solution.
A sitemap is a part of the information architecture process that helps the design team plan the overall digital product structure. Sketching is an excellent way to start low-fidelity prototyping because it takes the pressure of visual design away and focuses on the task flow and interactions. A low and mid-fidelity prototypes help designers visualize the screens and prepare the initial interactive version of the product. The high-fidelity prototype gets into details in design and communicates the user interface design system. Here is a photo of our students digitizing their design to create high-fidelity prototypes.
Testing is an opportunity to gather feedback, refine solutions, and learn more about the user. It is an iterative process that really helps a creative team improve the design.
This is an example of a testing summary from our students. The foundation of inclusive design is human-centered. Design thinking process really helps young designers focus on empathy and research.
Thank you very much for viewing our presentation. Please feel free to contact us via emails. You can also download our Design Innovation and Education app, which is available on Apple App Store as well as Google Play Store. Thanks again, and we hope to hear from you.
And stay safe and healthy. Bye.